everybody, and hi, my name is Kieran, and welcome to Limerence, a game where I got my first fangirl. I know, big step for me. Let's begin.
Are you alright, darling? We've been sitting here for 5 minutes and you haven't touched your dinner. I've been counting, darling. Are you mad at me?
I slowly returned from my dark headspace, back to reality. Oh, there goes gravity. Back to the low light of the dining room. Despite the table being fit for a family, it was clear that it had only ever been used for 2 people. For them, sitting where their back was facing the window, so light envelops them like angels scratching its skin. What? And for whoever they kept chained to the other side. It's for your own good, you know. I can't have you trying to run off now, can I? Ma'am, your body seems tatted up. May I see it? Or perhaps rocking your chair backwards and smashing through the glass of the window, because then you would get seriously injured, or somehow escape. What would I do without you? Shut up, Aaron. I like when you say my name. I think they sit with their back to the window for the ethereality, for the visual of light rays surrounding them like a saint. But no amount of pretty imagery can disguise their evil actions. Tonight, they cooked chicken, lined with rice and vegetables, that I watched them chop up minutes before. Their knives for the kitchen are separated from the ones they use for flesh. Good, sanitary, that's important. Never once in my life had I been envious of a blade, of the slick cuts and echoing sounds between the air and the cutting board. Until now, of course. I tugged at the cuffs on my wrists that kept me restrained to the table. Hey, you're staring again. You should eat up. You need the strength for later.
What did you say there?
I didn't respond, but I wanted to.
Please, dear. I'll be nicer on you with the blades tonight.
Kinky! No thanks. I reached my right hand to my neck and stroked my fingers over the taut skin of my collarbone. Oh, taut. Covered in bruises and newly formed scars from slashes across the bone. Yee! Do you promise?
If I ever lied to you, darling.
No. Except when you said you wouldn't kidnap me. That was kind of a rude move, but you've misled me.
It's the purpose of delusion, is it not? It's only in my nature, like it is in your nature to despise me. I wish you didn't. We've been getting to know each other very well over these last few days.
I knew nothing about them. Only thing that I have not said in my own volition has been cut out of me.
But enough of my ramblings. Eat, please.
They gestured to the plate in front of me, accompanied by water in a plastic cup and fork. I hesitated before picking up the utensil. I could try it again, to take myself out by my own accord, so they might punish me for even thinking it.
Dear?
There's a slim chance I won't get violently molested tonight, which means there's a slim chance that I have a good time. Let me. Oh, I kind of want to, though. Though I feel like that would either end the game or she would just be mad, so let's leave it alone. It wasn't worth trying. And without another word, I began to eat. The worst thing about Aaron, besides our relationship of them torturing me for their own amusement, was the fact that they're good at cooking, but they would never eat their own work. They would always put out a plate and silverware at their chair and never touch the setup. They told me they didn't have to eat. Why'd you even sit here and watch me if you aren't going to eat with me? Very awkward and makes me uncomfortable.
It's to make you more comfortable.
What did I just say? Yes, because comfort comes in bruised ankles and chained wrists. It's just weird.
To me, it feels right. Dinner isn't just about food. It's exclusively about food. It's also about the conversation and the experience. I don't care for either of those. I'm here for my chicky nuggy or nothing else.
I think it's something much more sinister. I think they watch me in glee, with eyes lighting up like flames, watch me indulge in the only pleasure I have besides sleep. I smirked as I struggled to bring the fork to my lips, both from the shackles and from the feeling of past pain. So I probably couldn't have stabbed myself because it would have been too difficult.
Is it good?
It's always good. You don't need me to tell you that. I reached for the water and slowly drank. The cold stung my throat.
I'm glad. I like to see you happy.
Then why won't you let me go? You're killing me, Aaron. You smile when we leave the temporary peace of the dining table because you know how I feel about every other room in this sprawling hell. The fear that prickles my neck that you'll plunge a surprise blade into my back and collect the pooling blood to keep in jars. Aaron.
I enjoy seeing you happy, but I enjoy seeing you crying much, much more.
This is actually a good study case for how to write sadism.
There's a pride to it, even for being like me. The pride of knowing I've cut up your body, skin like a canvas, turned you into the most beautiful artwork that will ever grace my gallery. I caused those tears, and I can just as easily wipe them away. And that's why I'm killing you. For the beauty. For the begging, for the pleading that I've heard from hundreds before you. You're different, though. You've survived longer than most. You have a vigor and a fighting spirit, and an absolute hog monster. And I think that's why I love you.
Let me stab myself in the neck real quick. Stab it! Drive it in there! Just I took a deep breath and pulled my arm back as far as the chains would let me. And I stabbed myself right in the throat. Or at least I tried. It stung like a brief needle in the skin and nothing more. I dropped the fork and felt my neck begging for a wound. It wasn't even bleeding.
Dang. Aren't you cute? You already tried that on our first night. Don't you remember that tools are plastic? You don't think I'd trust you with metal or wooden tools, do you?
No, Aaron.
It didn't work the first time. Did you think it would again?
No, Aaron.
Poor, poor thing. We'll deal with this later. Now, eat, or I'll rip that tongue of yours out and make it the last thing you've ever tasted. I'd miss hearing you talk.
Picked the fork up again, hesitating, and without another word, I began to eat. Aaron started torturing me. She'd torture and torture and torture. Oh, and that's just the whole game. It doesn't matter if you try to die, because you can't. You'll never die. You'll always be with Aaron
until your dying days.
A little overly flowery with some of those analogies and metaphors and that, but actually, kind of solid. Not gonna lie. That's all right. I don't mind that. I could do that again. I'm down bad enough. I could date Aaron again. That was Limerence. I actually did go on a date the other day, my first one in about 4 years, and it went better than this one, I think. Well,
I mean, she didn't kidnap me and for the sake of torturing me to fall in love with my pain. So, I mean, is it even real?
I should have gone through this beforehand to sort of like prep me up as a practice round, but I think it still went well both times. Only in video games do I have a girlfriend that's willing to actually kill me.
Well, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, leave a like. If you want to go on a date with your very own Aaron, link is in the description. And if you like what I do here and you want to help me make people happy every day, then please subscribe to the channel. But of course, as always, I love you.
Drop that fork, silly.
I mean it.